this thing. Y'all know I don't have intros. Okay. I usually don't make an intro. I feel like it's really, really awkward for me. Like, I don't like sitting in front of the camera like, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, no hate, no shade at all. But I don't know, it's very, very like insensitive to me. It's very inauthentic or inauthentic. I don't know how I'm supposed to use that word. I'm trying to apply myself and educate myself and make sure that water. So I'm doing there's different things that I'm doing to help me broaden my intellect. A few things that are gonna help us do that. A while ago, I never felt like it was necessary for me to share this information because it was always something that I was personally doing, but now that I'm like thinking about it, like everything is content. I've been doing this thing where I started it back in July. I was actually still in Illinois, Iowa, but I started it way back when, and I've been doing this thing where I try to learn something every day. So this video is gonna be all about like weird ass facts that I didn't know. I have a whole list of them. We're just gonna shoot through them because I just want to broaden my mental intellect, and I'm a Gemini, so I'm a Taurus Gemini, and the Gemini parts of me actually have a lot of air in my chart, so a lot of air and earth. A lot of the things that I do, I have to like be able to mentally connect. Like my intellect is very, very important. Like when I'm in relationships, anything that I do, you really have to be able to connect with my mind first, as far as like friendships, relationships, anything like that. I like somebody who's gonna come in and teach me. That's one thing about me, is I'm all about the intellect. I'm all about what you can teach me. If you can like stimulate my mind, it's going to be more beneficial to me, and it's gonna be more like, I'm gonna be more giving to you if you can mentally stimulate me. So that's what this video is about. It's gonna be like a did you know type of video. Yeah, sorry, that's gonna bother me. That's really so is that. Okay, so is that. Like, you guys are gonna see it in the video and then not see it in the video. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? So let's get into it. Like, this is gonna be a did you know video because I just want to help people think outside the box and just think about shit that we don't just think about. I think the world is a fascinating thing. I'm very natural. I like to get into natural things. I love the idea of being 100% natural. That's why it's called raw honey, because I just love, I want to be able to blend everything in. I think that everything comes from a higher source, and it comes from nature. It comes from our earth. That's why I think it's so important to like take care of earth, because hello, like if we don't, we're really like fucking up our, you know, ecosystem, and we're just fucking up a lot of things, because a lot of things that we get come from nature. So, and we're not necessarily putting that together. We're not realizing that. So let's get started. So these are a bunch of like fun facts that I was like really, I was like, wow, like really, what the fuck? Just shit to make you go, wow. Let's get started. For number one, you wouldn't be able to tolerate the quietest place on earth for more than 45 minutes. All right, and I'm gonna speed through these because I just want you guys to know. We're gonna learn a fact today, period. Number two, the letter X was used to represent a kiss in 1973. Of course I had to write that down because hello. Number three, dogs go to the bathroom in the alignment with the north and south axis. I found this so interesting. The fact that our animals are so intellectual, and not only that, they resonate with the earth and they do things according to nature as well. That's a pretty big telltale sign of something. Number four, bananas glow blue under UV lights. How interesting. I'm gonna try that. Number five, an actor's brain activity is different when they're in character. Of course it is, because you're having to hone in different energies, I guess, like different feelings, different emotions, so it's gonna put you in a different place mentally. This is why I had to do this, because I'm all about the mental. If you can teach me something, and especially something about the brain. New creatures have been found in deep sea volcanoes. How interesting, because it's said that we only have explored like 10% of the world. I mean, like, we still need to worry about space. We still need to worry about the deep ocean, now volcanoes, like what the fuck? And I'm super nerdy. Like, this is so interesting to me, so I felt like, why not share it? Okay, number seven, North Korea and Cuba are the only places you can't buy Coca-Cola. It's so, I love this because I did learn at some point way back in the day, Coca-Cola actually had Coke in it, like Coke. Number eight, the entire world's population can fit inside Los Angeles. I don't know if I believe that. That's crazy. So like 7-8 billion people. Like how many? What is the number up to? Number nine, research shows that all blue-eyed people may be related. Adam and Eve. I mean, I guess they wouldn't lie when they say about Adam and Eve. Shit. Shoot. Number 10, the average person will spend 6 months of their life at a stoplight. Sucks. You know what you could have did with that 6 months? Number 11, the hottest chili pepper can kill you. Number 12, Indonesia actually holds the most amount of short. Interesting. Like, I had to put that in there too because I'm only 5'2". Number 13, there are actually 4 quadrillion pieces of bacteria on Earth. That is creepy. That's really weird. That's not. But of course, all you guys know, all bacteria is not bad. Some of it's good. It helps fight off the bad bacteria. So there's that. 14, sunsets on Mars are actually blue. Have we been to Mars? I'm gonna have to look that up. Very interesting. Let's see. Number 15, a cloud could weigh more than 1 million pounds. Okay, because they say it holds the rain. That's why, like, it rains. So there's a company that turns dead bodies into ocean reefs. The company is called Eternal Reefs. Wait, what? Wait, what? I gotta reread that. There's a company that turns dead bodies into ocean reefs. The company is called Eternal Reefs. I like creepy facts too. Like, what? Number 17, the human tongue, just like a finger, has a unique print. So they say, I guess they say, like, if you get your finger, that's why they recommend fingerprints, because your fingerprint is like unique to you personally. Like, nobody has the same fingerprint. They say, I guess a tongue print is the same. Like, nobody has your specific tongue print. It's kind of. Number 18, girls have more taste buds than boys. I mean, we have more everything than boys. We're smarter, cuter, mature. 19, Barbie's real name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. Number 20, humans once ate giant sloths. What? I don't know. I found that interesting. Like, I don't know how or when. But number 21, every day we take 22,000 breaths. I mean, could you actually count? Okay, number 22, the CIA headquarters has its own Starbucks, but they don't write names on the cups. That's cool though. Like, is it inside the CIA? The CIA building? I wish I worked for the CIA. That'd be cool. 23, a snail can sleep for 3 years. Cool. Oh, I was at the Shark Reef Aquarium. Check out my vlog. But I was at the Shark Reef Aquarium and they said that turtles can last like 3 hours without breathing. Isn't that cool? I wonder what, oh, that's another one too. Because I wonder how long, like what animal can hold their breath the longest underwater. Okay, so 24, in 2014, a missing woman on a vacation in Iceland was found in a search party for herself. So this bitch knew that people were looking for her and she was helping people look for her. Ah! 25, you only breathe out of one nostril at a time. But you breathe in one nostril. It's my right for me. But you breathe out with both nostrils. How? Yeah, I had to like test that quick because it's interesting. Okay. 26, your blood makes up about 8% of our body weight. So technically, I'm down like probably 10-15 pounds less. I can live with that. 27, children of identical twins are genetically siblings and not cousins. Wait, what? What does that mean? Wait, what? I gotta reread that. Okay, children of identical twins are genetically siblings and not cousins. 28, cruise ships have their own morgues. A little creepy because what? Why? For what? For what? Why? For why? What y'all be doing on these cruise ships? Number 29, crows can recognize and remember human faces. Ooh, and I love crows. Like, they actually in my tarot deck, my spiritual animals, like power animals tarot deck, they signify the laws of nature. They're a very, very spiritual animal. They're a very in-depth animal. It's funny because I'll be at the salon all the time and one crow just sits there in front of the door and I'm just like, oh. So this is like really cool. That's why I wrote it down. Now I know they know my name. I'm not not know my name, but they know like my face. Like they like have seen my face before. Like, maybe is that why they keep coming back or no? Number 30, real corpses were used in the 1982 film Poltergeist. So all the people that died, they were real. They were really dead. That is so creepy. Like, that's a creepy movie, but just for that to like, ugh, that's so creepy. Okay, 34. During the mummification process, Egyptians removed the brain through one of the nostrils. And I knew this. And they do some other weird stuff too. Oh my god, I gotta look it up because I really want to show you. There's like a bunch of different shit that they do. It's so weird. See, yeah, and I was gonna say it takes a long time too, but they do like a ritual. Like they do a ritual over the dead. But look, okay, so the mummification process took 70 days. Special priests worked as embalmers, treating and wrapping the body. Beyond knowing the correct rituals and prayers to be performed at various stages, the priests also needed a detailed knowledge of the human anatomy. The first step of the process was the removal of internal parts that may decay rapidly. The brain was removed by carefully inserting special hooked instruments up through nostrils in order to pull out bits of brain tissue. It was a delicate operation, one which could easily disfigure the face. No shit. Like, do you see how big your nostrils are and you're trying to like pull something this big out of it? The embalmers then removed the organs of the abdomen, chest through a cut usually made on the left side of the abdomen. They left only the heart in place, believing it to be the center of a person's being and intelligence. The other organs were preserved separately, with the stomach, liver, lungs, and intestines placed in special boxes or jars called canopic jars. These were buried with the mummy. In later mummies, the organs were treated, wrapped, and replaced within the body. Even so, unused canopic jars continued to be part of the burial ritual. What fuck? Next, the wrapping began. Each mummy needed hundreds of yards of linen. The priest carefully would wound the long strips of linen around the body, sometimes even wrapping each finger and toe separately before wrapping the entire hand and foot, in order to protect the dead from mishap. Amulets were placed among the wrappings, and prayers and magical words written on some of the linen strips. Oh my gosh, like it was crazy because actually mummification was like a really big thing that like they did rituals. It was a very magical process, which is very interesting. I had to look that up, I'm sorry. Number 31, spiders can survive in space. I've always thought about this too because it's so weird. Like, what is the anatomy of a spider? Ooh, like what is the anatomy of a spider? Like, obviously we have human anatomy and things look really like, you know, we all have this type of anatomy, of course, unless you have like a health. Spiders, unlike insects, have only two main body parts, tagmata instead of three, a fused head and thorax called a cephalothorax or prosma, and an abdomen also called an opisthothosma. So if they have two main body parts instead of three, a fused head and thorax. So a fused head and a thorax, which is like their torso, and an abdomen. Ooh, that's so weird. Yeah, but what's inside of it? Like, what is the internal anatomy? Yeah, internal anatomy. Esophagus. Okay, so sucking stomach, brain, heart, aorta, malaphange tubules, stercoral pocket, anus, spinneret, ovary, silk gland, oviduct, sperm receptacle, digestive, a book lung, esophagus, fang, venom canal, venom gland, a simple eye, brain. Okay, and an digestive tubule. Oh my god. Okay, number 32, Ted Bundy worked at a suicide hotline crisis center. Whoa, I wonder, like, and I need to know like the brain function. Like, how does your brain function like that? Because you want to kill people. Your mobile phone is 10 times dirtier than a toilet seat. I so believe it. Because have you ever like talked on the phone and then all of a sudden you start breaking out? Yeah, bitch. Speaking of water. Okay, number 34, Oscar, which was a therapy cat who was believed to sense death. He resided in a nursing home and he would go sit and lay with every resident right before they died. And cats are, they say cats are very like, they're very intuitive. Escapism was an ancient form of torture and execution where you'd cover someone with honey, stick them in a hollowed log, and let nature run its course. What the fuck? WTF. And I found this interesting because obviously honey. Okay, so a fetus is without a soul until birth, which is really interesting, and it brings like up the topic of abortion because they say like people are very against abortion, but they say that the baby is not developed, like it doesn't have a soul until the baby like obviously has a brain and it has a heart and things like that. And even then, after a certain time, the heart's not beating, like it's living off of the mother. So whatever energy the mother is giving to the baby is what it It's not like an individual. We have all died before. Every night when we go to sleep, we mimic death. The spirit leaves the body as it quiets down in astral travels. Makes sense. Lucid dreaming, astral projection. We're gonna get into that later, and we're gonna pick our brains a little bit later. But my ex-boyfriend really taught me that. One night we were like in his basement with his roommate, and he, this was a couple days before he passed away too. He like put on this documentary literally about lucid dreaming and astral travel. I'm looking at him like, you are an amazing person. Like, he's actually the one who like started and really got the ball rolling for my spiritual journey. Our favorite song together was Crew Love by Drake and The Weeknd, and ever since I feel like I know he's around because that song will come on. Like, that's not a song that's played very often, but sometimes when I used to work in the club, I would hear it all of a sudden and I would just be like, what do you want me to pay attention to? Like, I know you're talking to me. I know I can feel you in here. Like, what are you trying to talk? Bamboo grows so fast it's measured in miles per hour. I wonder if we can see like bamboo grow. Can you see it grow? I think you can hear it. I think I've heard that you can hear it. Okay, Wes Cravens, and I'm gonna get done with I'm over the numbers because I really can't remember, so let's just get into the facts. Cold hard injustice. Wes Craven's Nightmare on Elm Street is based on a real story. It revealed inspiration of the iconic slasher film came from a story he read from the LA Times. A boy was having disturbing nightmares and refused to sleep for days out of fear. He was so scared to go to sleep. The same night he succumbed to exhaustion, he died in his sleep, but not before screaming for help in the middle of the night because of his nightmares. And it's creepy because I feel like everything is connected. I just don't know how. I'm trying to like put it together. And the last club that I worked at, like my home club, had a picture of Freddy. I don't know why, like a drawing of him. Don't know why. Next one, it is common for children to hear voices. Parents, it says around 8% of children do. It's as common as having asthma or dyslexia. Okay, the next one, the Zoroastrians leave their dead in special towers to be eaten by vultures. Their funerary practice involves leaving their dead on top of towers called the dogma. They believe if the air, earth, water, and fire are all sacred, and thus burying and cremating the dead would spread impurities to these elements. Leaving their dead exposed to elements might horrify some, but it is a sign of respect for their followers. Okay, so next one, the Devil's Bible exists, and it's a contract between a monk and Satan. The Devil's Bible is the largest Latin manuscript known to the world. It contains a full-page portrait of Satan. People believe the manuscript contains the contract of a monk who sold his soul to Satan in the 13th century in order to escape execution. Why can I say this? Execution? Oh my god, execution! Oh my god, okay. This is why we're doing this. The next one, people used hollow human skulls as bowls and cups back in the ancient England. They hollowed the skulls and removed surrounding tissue until they could use it as a drinking vessel. I also was watching, like, I don't know what show it was on, but it was on TV, it was on cable, and they actually were, like, they went into, like, the Amazon and found a different tribe, and they did that. They would use animal carcass and a bunch of that, like, other people who would, like, try and come in and invade their land, and they had their own language. It was really like the Amazonian, I don't freaking know what is, I don't know, sorry. But people who would come in and try and, you know, like make themselves known in their own tribe, they would do that. They'd cut their head off. They would use their skull and shit as like a fucking, I don't know, like a cup bowl. It's so crazy. Okay, ancient Romans believed that drinking blood would let them absorb power. During the gladiator games at the Colosseum, members of the audience would rush into the field to ravage the blood off of fallen gladiators. They believed that drinking the blood of fallen warriors, they would absorb the warriors' powers and skills. I mean, I guess that's why witches do like blood rituals and shit like that. Not that hard to believe. Okay, so next one, alchemists use brain matter as an ingredient for an elixir of eternal life. It says in the 1600s, John French was an English alchemist who used brain matter for his concoctions. Another horrifying fact about his elixirs was that he stored it in the horse manure for months and then drank it after. Okay, so that's all I have. I hope you guys were interested. I'm sorry the ones toward the end were a little darker, but I wanted to bring a different vibe to the channel, a different vibe to our brains, and just understanding different things, different positive things, negative things, whatever the case may be. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.